In this video I want to show you a couple of things to help make me more efficient with Autodesk products, AutoCAD products, including Civil 3D, and that's adjusting some of the options and also the way the points are created. So first of all, I want to look at the options that are used. There's a couple of things that I like to change from the default values right off the bat before I get started. So up here in the corner I can choose the options button. I'm going to look at the display tab. On the display tab and layout elements, I like to see the layout and model tabs, so I'm going to turn that on. And next I'm going to go to the user preference tabs and the right click customization button. I'm going to turn on the time sensitive right click. What that does is it makes your right mouse button act two different ways depending on how you click it. If you click it really quick, then it's going to act like the enter key. So enter repeats the last command in AutoCAD, which is convenient a lot of times. And if you hold the right mouse button in for 250 milliseconds, then it's going to bring up the shortcut or context menu. So that adds more flexibility to what you're doing with your right mouse button, and it really improves my efficiency. So those are definitely things that I like to take a look at. So I'm going to pick OK there. The next thing I want to talk about is the method that you create points. So during these different assignments, you may be asked to create a set of points that have the same elevation or they have the same description. Right now, by default, when you create a point, so if I'm going to create a point, then I pick where I want the point to go. Civil 3D asks me what is the description. Maybe I want it to be POB, point of beginning. And it asks me for an elevation, so maybe it's 100 feet. And it puts that information in, and that's fine. It's just you have to enter those bits of information, the elevation, the description. There's nothing wrong with doing it that way by any means, but you may find that your elevation is always going to be 100 feet, so you might want to make some adjustments to help improve that efficiency. So one of the things that you can do is under this points creation tool, we'll expand that. We can actually see the parameters that are used to control how points are created. So if I expand the points creation tool and I look at the prompt for elevations manual, the word manual simply means ask the user, and he's going to manually put that in. So we can change that to automatic if we like. So the default elevation might be 100. Okay, so now I'm going to create another point, and this time it didn't ask me for the elevation, but it's asking me for the description, and the elevation came in as default. Maybe all my points are going to have an elevation of 100 and a description of SS. So instead of prompting manual for descriptions, I can change that to automatic also, and I can put the SS in my default description. So now when I create another point, I didn't have to type in any information. The elevation came in automatically, and so did the description. So I can pick that. Perhaps I've got these points out of order, and I need to change the order of these points around a little bit. I can manipulate these values using my edit points, which is this is the points properties palette down here. If I needed to change the point number, say this one should be 4 and this one should be 5, I can do that. But first I can't repeat an existing number, so I may have to temporarily change this one to 6 or 60 or something. And now I can reverse that one to 5, and this one can go to 4. And you can see when we update. Did I do the wrong ones? Change that one to 40. I'm going to type regen to get it to regenerate. Okay, that's what's going on. So it just wouldn't regen for me. So we'll go back to 4. And you can type in REGEN to force a regeneration of the screen. So you can edit the points through the properties palette. If you want to see more of that, you can right click and edit the points. You can change change the descriptions or any of these bits of information. So maybe I want to change this description to be KC. So when we regenerate our drawing, close this, you can see that that description of point number 2 has been changed to KC. Perhaps you've made a mistake and you want to erase a point. So maybe I need to erase this number 5 here, and I need to continue to draw more points, but that point comes in as number 6, so that's not right. We already know that we can adjust the number over here to 5, and we can do a regen to change that, but the next number I create is going to be 7 instead of 6. So again, I can look at this point identity and I can adjust that. Next point number will not be 7, it should be 6, so I can adjust it there. So those are some things that I've seen over the years that can help improve entering these points, or cause some frustration when you get that next point number is not what you want it to be, and you have trouble changing those around. So just know that you can use the properties palette to change those numbers. You cannot duplicate numbers, so that's the key. You can change it to something really large, 199, so it's obviously not what you want, and then change it back to what it wants after you change the other number. So you just cannot have 2 points with the same name. Hopefully this adjusting these parameters will help make you create your points more efficiently. If you have any questions, or give me a call or send me an email. Thanks.